Hi there and welcome into the Cougar Sports Network as we get ready for baseball action here on this Friday afternoon, a rare Friday afternoon game from College of the Canyons as the Glendale Vaqueros and the College of the Canyons Cougars get ready to take on the second game of their WSC-South schedule. I'm Matt Robinson, glad to have you with us as always. Well, these two teams went at it on Tuesday. It was an interesting one on Tuesday. When you look through the stats on Tuesday, it was a very one-sided game in the way Glendale played. The Vaqueros an 18-4 win. They struck out 11 Canyons batters. College of the Canyons left 6 on base. Glendale was 7 on base. Evan Jaquez had the best game of the night for College of the Canyons, 1 for 4 with a double and 2 runs batted in. But Glendale really exploded. Their offense was impressive on Tuesday to the tune of 14 runs, 4 different players with home runs. Mike Bang had 2 with 6 RBIs in the game. Jackson Lyons had a home run. Alex Dolan, who's in the starting lineup today, had a home run and 2 RBIs. Ethan Pena, a home run and an RBI as well, as the Vaqueros absolutely exploded. They will have a tough test today in the form of College of the Canyons ace Joseph Jasso getting the start today in his last outing against Orange Coast on the 22nd, or his last start, I should say, on the 21st of February. Went a complete game, 4-hitter, gave up 1 run, struck out 5, walked 2. He has all the potential to really make it tough on opposing offenses. So we expect Jasso to clean things up for College of the Canyons here today as they take on Glendale. When we look at the numbers for both teams, they're relatively similar. Nobody really stands out in terms of season numbers by way of the team. Both teams averaging around 7 runs a game. They each have 16 home runs on the season. They both bat around 275, a little bit higher for Glendale, closer to 290. The ERA for Canyons has been the problem, 7.53. They give up a lot of runs, and they allow opposing teams to hit 281 against them this season. That's been rough for the Cougars and Chris Cota, the head coach for College of the Canyons. Get you the starting lineups for both sides. We'll start with Alex Cacol's lineup for Glendale. The Vaqueros send Alex Dolan to lead things off, then Daniel Ruiz in the 2 spot. David Lozano will hit 3rd. Max Price will bat cleanup and do the designated hitting today. Jordan Viramonte is the first baseman in the 5 spot, then Jake Price in left field. Ethan Pena, the 3rd baseman, followed by Ethan Munoz, the catcher, and Andrew Garcia behind the plate for Glendale today, as they will face Joseph Jasso getting the start today for College of the Canyons. Jasso 2-2 with a 2.39 ERA. In 6 starts, he's gone 37 2/3 innings, given up 24 hits, 18 runs, 19 walks, 33 strikeouts, a whip of 1.14 this season for Jasso, who has been the ace by all accounts for College of the Canyons this year, and they'll need him to be an ace today against this very good Glendale lineup. Well, we have a chance. We'll take a look at the defense for College of the Canyons. From left to right in the outfield, Jun Jun Lee, Hunter Asang, and Alex Friend. On the infield, it's Mariano at first. It's not Kuwatani. That did not change. It's actually Evan Jaquez at second. Dominguez at third. Dominguez at short. Sherrill is playing 3rd. And Frankie Malagon is the catcher today. I don't know why that did not change for us. As we set the defense, and we are ready to go. College of the Canyons and Santa Ana. Here on a breezy and cold Friday. Santa Clarita, just some rain just came through the last couple of days. Actually washed out what was supposed to be a scheduled Thursday game here at Mike Gillespie Field. Instead, we bounced it a day later, and we'll do it today on Friday. 62 degrees right about now here at first pitch. It shouldn't get much warmer than that. Not sure what we're delayed for the moment with. Oh, we're delayed with the pitch clock. That's what we're delayed. Umpires trying to get the pitch clock solved. Looks like they're ready to go, and we are ready to go. Alex Dolan will lead things off. Dolan hitting .355 on the year. 2 home runs, 19 runs batted in on the season. As the lefty will step in to face Joseph Jasso to start things off. Jasso, the right-hander, will start out of the stretch. He'll deliver. And the first pitch in for a called strike, and we are underway here on this, as we said, windy Friday afternoon. Start time 1:57 in the afternoon today. So a few minutes earlier from the scheduled 2 p.m. start, but we'll take it. Second pitch from Jasso in for a strike on a swing and a miss from Dolan. Dolan 8 for 18 over his last 5 games with 3 multi-hit games in that time. Has a couple of doubles, 7 runs batted in. Was 3 for 4 with a home run and 2 runs batted in on Tuesday. Was a tough guy to get out for the Canyons starting staff, but this time he's down on strikes on 3 pitches. One away here in the first is Jasso off to a good start. So a backwards K for the first out here of the inning. Bring us to Daniel Ruiz. Ruiz was 1 for 4 on Tuesday with a couple of runs scored, riding a 7-game hitting streak right now. Takes a called strike. It's Jasso 4 for 4 so far here early in the ball game as finding the strike zone. And we expect that a little bit out of Jasso. We expect him to kind of go up and down, to be quite honest. That's kind of what we've seen out of him in the past. But lately, he has been absolutely firing and dealing. It's been very tough on opposing offenses to find anything against him. We talked about that last time out against Orange Coast, where he had the complete game 4-hitter. Good off-speed pitch that gets Ruiz to fan. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes here to Daniel Ruiz. So he said Jasso very difficult to handle when he is on his game. You see him kind of working out of that stretch, and he's got back-to-back strikeouts as Ruiz swings and misses, 2 away. So the swing and miss rate right now for Jasso is perfect, as nobody has touched the ball yet through 2 batters, and David Lozano will come to the plate. Lozano was 0 for 4 on Tuesday with an RBI against Canyons. He's 0 for 8 over his last 2 games. It's been a little bit of a struggle for Ruiz. Just 3 for 21 over his last 5. With a home run, a double, and 4 runs batted in. Trying to get himself back to a little healthy here. He's ahead in the count, 1 ball and no strikes. Jasso back to work into his delivery. That one on the outer half of the plate for a called strike. And the count is even at 1-1. This one hit on the ground towards third. Sherrill not going to be able to get there. So it's a 2-out single for Lozano, who, as we said, has been struggling as of late, but anytime you can see the ball and get through the infield, breaks an 0 for 8 slump for him. He's got a base hit, and Max Price will come to the plate. We will delay, though, as everything from the Glendale dugout just came blowing out, every single piece of paper on Alex Colstaff's bench. Just came flying out of the dugout, so the Vaqueros trying to clean that up. Here's Max Price. Wind is playing havoc on everybody today. 0 for 2 with a couple of walks on Tuesday. Price this season, 3 home runs, batting .283 with 19 RBIs. He hasn't had a home run since February 12th. You hear the wind just rumbling here. Bring down the rumble in our microphone a little bit if we can. But it's just going to be kind of one of those days today with the wind. It makes it very tough on both the pitcher and the catcher throughout trying to go. You see Malagon that time leaping up to save that one. Glendale known to run a little bit. 36 for 44 this season. They're 16th in the state in stolen bases. Canyons has been terrible at throwing runners out this season. A .181 runners caught stealing percentage. They've allowed 27 stolen bases on 31 chances. Jasso will check on Lozano, who will stay at first. Lozano this season, 1 for 1 on the bases. This one fouled straight back to the screen. 2 balls and 2 strikes the count here, but 2 away for Max Price and a runner at first base. Talked about Jasso, how good he's been lately. Over his last 3 starts, he's gone 22 innings. He's given up 8 hits, just 2 earned runs. This one down in the dirt. Malagon able to keep it in front. Runner in motion, throw down to second. Not going to be in time. So it's a ball in the dirt, stolen base for Daniel Ruiz. Or for David Lozano, I should say. And Glendale with a runner in scoring position and 2 away. Talking about Jasso, just 1 earned run over his last, or 2 earned runs over his last 3 starts. 14 strikeouts in that time. He has been nothing short of impressive over the last month or so as he tries to get Price, but he walks him. So 2 strikeouts, a single, and a walk. 2 runners on here for Glendale. The Vaqueros now in business offensively. Jordan Viramontes will come to the plate. Viramontes snapped a 4-game hitting streak on Tuesday, hitting .286 on the season with 3 home runs and 8 runs batted in. Jasso's delivery fouled off to the right. For Viramontes, during that 4-game hitting streak, 7 for 16. With a home run, a couple of runs bat, or a couple of doubles, a run batted in, a couple of walks. Did have 6 strikeouts. He's been susceptible to the strikeout often this season. When you look at the strikeout numbers for Viramontes, 15 of them. He's at 5 times where he struck out 2 or more times in a game. This one hit on the ground, up the left side, foul. So Jasso way ahead. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. Top half of the first inning here from College of the Canyons. Cougars and the Vaqueros here in game number 2 of the WSC slate. Second of a 3-game series between these two this week. They'll play again tomorrow down at Casey Stengel Field to finish out their season series. Jasso's delivery to Viramontes called strike 3. Viramontes wasn't happy with it as he asked the home plate umpire, but strike 3 nonetheless. So a walk and a single with 2 away. Jasso works through the trouble. He strikes out the side despite giving up the walk and the single. No runs, a hit. No errors, 1 left on base. Half inning in the books. Canyons coming to the plate. We'll give you the COC lineup for head coach Chris Cota. Alex Friend to lead things off. A little bit of a change with Hunter Sang moving up to the 2 spot. Jose Mariano will hit 3rd. Followed by Evan Jaquez in the 4 spot. So some shuffling around for College of the Canyons here today. Andrew Sherrill will bat 5th. Frankie Malagon, who's the hottest hitter on the planet for Canyons right now, batting 6th. John Junley in the 7 spot. Reed Farrell, the DH, batting 8th. And Isaiah Dominguez, the shortstop, batting 9th for College of the Canyons. As they'll face Matt Kukayas today. Kukayas on the season, 0-2 with a .576 ERA. In 5 starts, he's gone 25 innings, given up 35 hits, 24 runs, 14 walks, 31 strikeouts, and a whip of 1.96. For this Glendale side, they threw their ace on Tuesday in John Trainer. Trainer this season is a perfect 4-0, an ERA that is the best in the state at .043. He's got a whip of a half, which is 2nd best in the state. 21 innings, he's given up just 5 hits. 2 runs, just 1 of them earned with 6 walks and 24 strikeouts. We'll hope Kukayas can do the same here today against this Canyons lineup, which is trying to find its rhythm. Canyons, before the Glendale game on Tuesday, had been on a little bit of a tear offensively. Didn't amount to a number of wins, but still a tear nonetheless. They scored 12 runs in or 10 runs in a 12-10 loss to Golden West. Had 8 against Cypress and 14 against Cypress in their 2 games against the Chargers, which they both won. But then Glendale holding them to 4 runs the other day, and that, again, we talked about it with Trainer, their ace, who is right now maybe the best pitcher in the state of California for Glendale going to work. Here's Alex Friend at the plate, leading things off for College of the Canyons. As the win gusts, Friend batting .298 on the season with 7 runs batted in, 17 hits in 57 at-bats with 3 doubles on the year. He's 12th in the state in walks with 16. Friend has done such a good job out of the leadoff spot at getting on and working counts. He's not afraid to get behind in counts, as we see him behind here at 1 and 2. That's been his strong suit this year, that ability to just work his way through counts despite being behind. As Kukaias' pitch on the outer half for a called strike 3. So far, that pitch has been there for both sides. 1 away here in the first as Kukaias strikes down Friend looking, strikes out the leadoff batter looking. And Hunter Sang will come to the plate. Sang, 5 hits in the last 2 games, batting now .204 on the season. Couple of doubles, 6 runs batted in. He is 1 for 3 against Glendale on Tuesday with a run. But has started to swing the bat a bit better. Didn't look good that time as Kukaias, the big right-hander, delivers and gets him to check swing strike. Over the last 2 games, we should say, 5 hits for Sang. He was 4 for 4 with a double, 3 RBIs, a stolen base, 2 runs scored, and a walk against Cypress on the 28th. Trying to recapture that. Hit .231 last season for Chris Cota. That one in for called strike 2. Kaias back to work. 1-2, overthrows a bit, in and out of the glove of Munoz. Defensively for Glendale, Price in left, Ruiz in center, Dolan in right. Viramontes at first, Lozano at second, Garcia the shortstop, Pena at third, and Munoz behind the plate. Two-two count. Sang takes that one down, and we'll get the count to 3-2. So a 3-2 delivery on the way to a Sang. Swings and fouls it down the right field line. So again, we'll go 3-2. Delivery on the way to Sang again, fouls it off to the right. So Sang trying to battle Kukaias here. Once again, waiting on a 3-2 delivery. This one on the way. Kukaias has him set down swinging. So much like the first batter down looking, second batter down swinging. 2 away here for Canyons in the first. And Jose Mariano coming to the plate. Mariano has gotten healthy in a hurry. Had a little bit of a slump over a while, but coming off a 6-game hitting streak, batting .393 now. 4 home runs, 21 runs batted in. Was 0 for 4 on Tuesday with an RBI and a run batted in, trying to recapture that 6-game hitting streak. From the 15th to the 28th of February, he was 10 for 30 with 3 home runs, 10 runs batted in. 4 extra base hits in that time. This is a guy who was a monster for LA Mission in 2024, hit .403 with 14 home runs. So has the potential to really affect the game offensively. Behind in the count here to Kukaias. That one called strike 3. Kukaias strikes out the side. Canyons quietly in the first. 1 full in the books, no score. COC Glendale. College of the Canyons Athletic Department is proud to announce the Hall of Fame class for 2025. This year's inductees include legendary women's basketball coach Greg Herron, two-time softball All-American Ruby Herrera, 2010 state track and field champion Corey Honeycutt, two-time conference men's basketball player of the year Carlton Spencer, and the 2010 state runner-up men's soccer team. Be there for all the excitement Wednesday, March 19th at 4:30 p.m. at the Santa Clarita Performing Arts Center. For more information, please visit cocathletics.com or call 661-362-3742. Go Cougs! Jake Price, Ethan Pena, Ethan Munoz, the scheduled hitters for Glendale here in their half of the second inning. Jake Price getting what at this point in the season has been a rare opportunity. Swings and misses. Behind in the count, 0-2. 3 hits and 9 at-bats this season for Price. Was 2 for 2 against Canyons on Tuesday. Trying to recapture that once again. Down on strikes, though, as Jasso struck out the side despite giving up a walk and a hit in inning number 1. All 4 outs have been responsible for strikeouts for Jasso, and so far in the ball game, all 7 outs have been strikeouts. As Canyons will sit down in order by Kikayas. Here's Ethan Pena. Pena, 242 on the season. 2 for 3 on Tuesday. 16 hits and 66 at-bats with a home run and 8 runs batted in. Had his first home run of the season on Tuesday. Jasso back to work into his delivery. That one misses up. So way behind here, 2-0 is Jasso. Not uncommon for Joseph Jasso to have to fight his way through innings. The one thing you can say about the young man is he will battle till he's told he's not allowed to battle anymore out there on the rubber. Gets himself deep in counts, but able to fight his way through it. And has the kind of stuff that can really create problems for the offense. That's why he's considered the ace for Canyons this year. Has not had the run support that he would like. And hasn't had the defensive support at times as well. Talked about Canyons this year. The defense has struggled. 42 errors so far this season. Fielding percentage of .929. 3 balls and 1 strike here to Pena as he waits on the delivery from Jasso. That one misses down. So the second walk issued by Jasso. And a 1-out base runner here for Glendale. Ethan Munoz stepping in now. Munoz hitting .342. 0 for 3 on Tuesday. Does have a home run, 7 runs batted in. Had a 5-game hitting streak going into Tuesday, but snapped it against Canyons without a hit. Did walk, so he did reach one time. Has reached it 6 straight. Takes a called strike. Jasso back working out of the stretch. Again, we talked about Jasso. He kind of already works out of the stretch. It's a modified windup really. So this is where he's comfortable, and that's what we said. Not afraid to battle with runners on. He'll pick over to first just to keep an eye. That was a good move over. Pena was back standing up, though his lead was not quite long enough to create a problem. Pena, 5 for 6 on the bases this year. Canyons now has given up 28 stolen bases on the year. Pena takes 2 steps back as he's even tighter. Jasso's pitch on the outer half for a called strike 2. The outside corner has been there so far in this ball game for both sides. So Pena gets ready for an 0-2 pitch from Jasso, Munoz gets ready for an 0-2 pitch as Pena has to dive back. This ball hit towards Sherrill at third on a chopper to second for 1. On to first. The 12th double play of the season is an ending 5-4-3 double play for Jasso. We go to the home half of the second inning. No score, College of the Canyons and Glendale. Jaquez, Sherrill, and Malagon, the scheduled hitters for Canyons here in their half of the second inning. After an inning ending 5-4-3 double play, here's Jaquez on a 4-game hitting streak. Takes a pitch inside. Hawk batting .311 on the season. 4 home runs, which is 23rd in the state. 17 runs batted in. Way ahead here, 2 balls, no strikes. One for 4 with a double and 2 RBIs on Tuesday. It's one of the few Canyons hitters with any success on Tuesday. So 2 pitches in there for a strike from Cougars, and it gets the count back to 3-2 here. Cougars 4 straight strikeouts as he gets Jaquez to tip it into the glove of Munoz. 1 away. So 1 down. Comes Andrew Sherrill. Sherrill batting .281. 3 home runs, 11 runs batted in. He snapped a 5-game hitting streak on Tuesday when he went 0 for 3. There's another guy from the 12th to the 28th of February, was 10 for 30 with 3 home runs and 10 runs batted in. So both him and Mariano have found their rhythm as of late, but struggled against Glendale. So far, Cougars. Sherrill down on strikes, couldn't check his swing. 5 in a row retired via strikeout for Cougars, as he is dealing here early on. Cougars 31 strikeouts on the season, 4 games with 5 or more this year. His last appearance was on the 27th against Santa Ana. Went 4 innings, gave up 8 runs, but 3 of them were earned. Struck out 6 in that game, but he is dealing here early on as Frankie Malagon comes to the plate. Malagon, 364, riding a 12-game hitting streak, 7 for 48 with 4 home runs over that 12-game hitting streak. Has 4 doubles, 12 RBIs, 8 walks, and 14 strikeouts during these last 12 games. Trying to get Canyons just anything positive. A ball in play would be nice, as Cougars is dealing here early on. Malagon slugging .727 this year. 10 extra base hits out of his 20 on the season. And this was a kid that last year, it was a struggle for Frankie at the plate. Didn't get a lot of at-bats. Hit .063 last year. Just 16 at-bats, but this year has really been the most steady hitter in the lineup out of that 6-hole for Chris Cota, as he fouls this one off to the right. Trying to get something positive for Canyons. Like we said, a ball in play to make the defense do something would be nice, at the very least, as it's been 5 up, 5 down via strikeout. Make it 6 in a row, as Cougars dealing here early on. 6 up, 6 down, 2 in the books, no score. We go to the third.
Whether we're on the move or stuck in one place, it's with us, comforting, healing, and transforming lives. It's the power of you. With 4 world-class hospitals and over 170 clinics across Southern California, together, we're building a healthier community. We're your neighbors, your friends, your family. It begins with you. UCLA Health.
Can I get it Mike's way? What's happening?
And your free sub. Enjoy.
That was super weird.
Oh, that? Nah. She just used the Shore points you can now earn from chip and drink purchases to get free sub through the app. Download the Jersey Mike's app and earn rewards towards free subs with every sub, Pepsi, and Lay's you purchase.
Top half of the third, Glendale will send Garcia, Dolan, and Ruiz to the plate. Garros with the only hit in the ball game, the only 3 base runners so far for Glendale as well. As Cougars dealing here early on, has retired 6 in a row, all via strikeout. Here's Andrew Garcia to lead things off for Glendale here in the third. Garcia batting .300 on the year. Just 1 RBI, 6 hits and 20 at-bats. Only 9 at-bats over the last, 9 at-bats over the last 2 games, we should say. He grounds the first pitch to Andrew Sherrill, who scoops it and fires 1 away. So 1 down and a chopper to third, and Alex Dolan will come back to the plate. Struck out looking in his first at-bat. Dolan 9th in the state in walks with 17 this season. A pair of leadoff hitters in this ball game today that are good at finding a way to get on. That one misses think outside as Dolan showed Mutton, pulled it back. 6 games this season for Alex Dolan with 2 or more walks. He's had 11 games with at least a walk as he lights this one right back up the middle for a base hit. So a 1-out base runner as Dolan has a single. Second hit of the ball game issued by Jasso. Now Daniel Ruiz, who struck out in the first. And that's going to bring Chris Cota out here early on. Cota popping his head out of the dugout to go check on Jasso here. That was just a quick visit. I don't know if that was necessarily for Jasso or more so to try and figure out how to deal with Dolan on the bases, who was 9 for 9 to start the season in stolen base attempts. Now he's 10 for 11. I think that was more of a defensive discussion on how we want to handle this with a left-handed hitter and Ruiz at the plate. First pitch into Ruiz for a strike. Ruiz 6 multi-hit games this year as they check on Dolan over at first. Keep an eye on Dolan here. Pitch misses out and away. As we said, Ruiz 1 for 4 on Tuesday against College of the Canyons, hitting .367 on the year with 9 runs batted in. Dolan just dancing around out there at first. And Jasso just making sure he's got to think about it before he tries to take off. We'll stay put here. That one misses away. So this is where Alex Dolan can affect ball games. When he can get on, when he does get on, and his ability to run. You can see a 20 runs scored on the year for Dolan. Just very tough to deal with as he dives back safely once again. But he knows he's got the attention of Jasso here. Alex Cole out of the dugout to put a sign on here. This one fouled back to the screen. No play in motion. It's a 2-strike, 2-ball, 2-strike count here. So again, waiting on a 2-2. Swung on and missed. Good pitch that time. 2 away now. Second time today, Ruiz down on strikes. Jasso able to rise the zone that time to get him. And now Lozano broke out or snapped an 0 for 8 streak in his first at bat with a base hit. Stands in with 1 on and 2 away. Dolan stands away at first. Again, quick move over to first for Dolan, who's back just ahead of it. Windy one here in Santa Clarita at Mike Gillespie Field today. Dolan not in motion on that pitch. Ball was down in the dirt, didn't read it. Stays put. Windy and cold here today. Hear it rattling the trees, rattling our microphone from up above. It's just a breezy one today. That one in on for a strike on the outer half. 1 ball or no balls, 1 strike to count here to David Lozano. Second baseman today. Swings and hits this one through the 5-6 hole for a base hit out to left. So Lozano is 2 for 2. A pair of singles. So Josso's given up 2 hits in the inning. Now he deals with 2 on with Max Price, who walked in his first at bat coming to the plate. Price 283 on the season. That was his 13th walk back in the first inning of the year. Just 1 for 8 over his last 4. Chance to try and get Glendale on the board here in the third. With 2 on and 2 away. Josso in his normal battle mode with traffic on. He almost seems to work better at times with traffic on. Times it seems a comfort factor for him to see some runners out there, as much as it sounds odd. Seen him come out of the bullpen a number of times and pitch with bodies on, most notably against Golden West. He came in the 6th inning with the runners on, needing to get 1 out. Got the job done. Struck out Cole Belfonte in that ballgame. 2 balls and a strike here to Max Price. Inside spaghetti move that time to keep Dolan at second honest. This one fouled off to the right. So we'll go 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs and 2 on. Top half of the third inning. Wind rattling everything right now. Camera's shaking quite a bit because of the wind. It's swirling around. That pitch in for called strike 3. Price just looking. Josso gets out of trouble. Strikes out 2 after giving up 2 hits. Still no scores. We go to the home half of the third inning. Here from Mike Gillespie Field.
Make hosting your next event easy with the Dr. Diane G. Van Hook University Center. With over 30 meeting spaces, wireless video teleconferencing capabilities, food service, and technical support available, the University Center has everything you need to make your next event shine. Conveniently located near the 5 and 14 freeways in Santa Clarita, the University Center offers easy access to local airports and many attractions, making it the ideal meeting place for everyone. To learn more about our rental options or to book now, visit canyons.edu/University Center.
Bottom half of the third. Canyons looking for anything positive, anything out into the field of play, to be quite honest. They've been set down 6 in a row on strikeouts. Kakaias has been dealing here through 2. Work into the third inning here today. And he'll face Jun Lee, Reed Farrell, and Isaiah Dominguez, the scheduled hitters. For Jun Lee, the freshman out of Wimon, Korea, batting .368 on the year. Has 7 doubles, a triple, 10 runs batted in. 1 for 4 on Tuesday with a double and an RBI to stretch his hitting streak to 6. Didn't play at all last week against Cyprus, but has hit safely in 6 straight that he has played. Found the first pitch away. Cougars back up on the rubber, delivers. Lee down the third base line, foul. Just a foot foul maybe, and it's 0-2 here. Cougars, a big boy, 6'6" out of Simi Valley. He's set down 7 in a row on strikes as he gets Junjun Lee looking. Here's Reed Farrell now. Farrell hitting 184 on the season now. Swings and is behind on that pitch. Up in the zone. Farrell, 7 hits in 38 at bats. Was 0 for 5 against Cyprus a week ago in their 2-game set. Broke out of a little bit of a slump, hit 4 at bats against Golden West. Just has not been able to find his stroke at the plate with limited at bats so far this season. Was in the opening day starting lineup for College the Canyons. Shows bunt here, and you can see Farrell. I mean, that's kind of one of those things. Trying to do anything you can to just get the ball in play when you struggle. See it there with trying to bunt, seeing the defense back at first base. It's got the count to 2-2 here against Cougars, who is again 7 up, 7 down, all via strikeout. Canyons is yet to put a ball in play. Overthrows that time and misses. So full count here with 1 away. Farrell chops it foul up the first base line. Again, we'll do a 3-2. Nice delivery. Farrell, a line drive back up the middle. So that breaks up the perfect game, puts the ball in play. And the first hit of the ball game for Canyons. On the first ball put in play by Canyons. And it'll bring us to Isaiah Dominguez now with 1 down and a runner at first base. So a chink in the armor that time for Cougars. Kind of maybe what you needed to see after seeing 7 in a row knocked down. Dominguez batting 161 on the season. 5 for 31. Didn't play until the 12th of February against Chafee. Was 0 for 4 on Tuesday against Glendale. Missed the 2024 season. In 2023, he batted 278 for Canyons, 10 of 36. Have a lot of at-bats with 4 RBIs, a double and a triple. But has slotted himself into the everyday shortstop position. As Canyons, early in the season, Evan Jaquez was the starting shortstop for the first handful of games. Then they moved Jaquez to third, put Dominguez in the lineup, put Sherrill as the DH, and put Katarno Kuatani out at second. But since they've made some more changes with Jaquez now working at second base, just shows how versatile Evan Jaquez is. His ability to play all over the infield, plays the outfield as well, can pitch when needed. Important guy to have in the lineup. 2 balls and 1 strike to count here to Dominguez. Trying to get something going here for Canyons with a 1-out single from Reed Farrell. Dominguez has got it to a favorable 3-run count here. Farrell in motion. This one chopped right up the middle, but it's off the glove of Garcia. So Dominguez aboard. An error on the shortstop as he was trying to pick it up and step on second. With Farrell in motion, it would be a close play at second base. Instead, it's an error on Alex Garcia here. Or, excuse me, on Andrew Garcia here, and it brings up Alex Friend. Looking at the numbers for Cougars this year. Last couple of starts, he's gone 5 innings against Cypress, went 4 innings against Saddleback, pitched just an inning against Chafee. He's been solid in terms of just a couple of runs allowed. Call it 4 earned runs over those last 3 games. It's kind of an up and down in terms of numbers of innings pitched this season. So you kind of wonder how much he has in the tank at times. Be better in short bursts. He's ahead here against Friend. Friend struck out to lead the ball game off. Alex, 298 on the year, on a 3-game hitting streak right now. 7 of his last 12. Had 2 hits on Tuesday against Glendale. Hits with 2 on here as Canyon's in business for the first time today. Tink from Friend. Gets it to a 1-2 count. Kukais set at the belt. Infield shifting around. Friend down on strikes as he waves at an off-speed pitch. So Friend is struck out in back-to-back at-bats. 2 away. Every out so far in the ball game for Kukais has been via strikeout. Here's Hunter Sang, 0 for 1 today. Hitting with 2 runners on and 2 away. That one in for a fastball in the outer half for a strike. Lots of room on the plate today, it seems. Strike zone has been wide on both sides. Runner in motion here. Throw to third base. Not going to be in time as Reed Farrell in under the tag. So Canyons, who's only attempted 11 stolen bases on the year, gets a stolen base from Reed Farrell as he takes third. And now in a 1-1 count with 2 away, the playbook is a little bit more open here for Canyons with runners on the corners. So a chance for a Sang to try and drive somebody in as Farrell just 90 feet away. This one fouled off. For Kukais this year, 3 wild pitches as we check with a runner at third base. Heading the count 1-2. To try and find a way to put up something right now if you're Canyons. Best opportunity you've had through 3 innings so far. This one chopped towards second base. Lozano had to back up. Sang runs well, but just did not have enough speed under him to get to first base. So a chopper to second to finish the ball game, or to finish the inning, I should say. We go to the 4th. No score. Canyons, Glendale. Top half of the fourth, Viramontes, Price, and Pena, the scheduled hitters. Should be Jake Price, we should say. To face Jasso. Glendale with 3 hits so far in the ball game, but haven't gotten a runner past second base. Canyons has had the best opportunity to score just a few moments ago with Reed Farrell at third. But so far, a pitching duel here today. Viramontes struck out in his first at-bat. This one chopped on the ground. Dominguez moving towards the middle. Will scoop, fires high. Mariano bails him out as he leaps up, grabs it, and falls right back down on the bag. Say a little lazy throw on Dominguez, but bailed out by his first baseman, one away. Take the out when you can get him. Jake Price will come to the plate now. You got to find 27 of them. Something in the past heard pitchers talk about. Got to know where those 27 outs are. Most recently, it was listening to some Greg Maddux talking about his career, and that's one of the things he talked about. Got to know where you can get those 27. Sometimes there's guys you're just not going to get, but you know you've got options in other spots. Here's Jake Price, struck out in his first at-bat. Price just 10 at-bats on the season now. Getting a rare start, just his third of the year. Jasso's delivery in for a strike. One ball, 2 strikes to count here to Joseph Jasso. Or to, to Jake Price for Joseph Jasso. This ball lifted in the air towards straightaway center field. As Sang drifting back towards the wall will make the catch. 2 away on a deep fly ball from Price, allowed out, but an out nonetheless. 2 down, and we go to Ethan Pena, who walked in his first at-bat. Pena walked, then was cut down at second base on an inning-ending 5-4-3 double play. No balls, 2 strikes to count here to Pena. 2 hits on Tuesday, including his first home run of the season. Back-to-back games with 2 or more hits. Was 2 for 5 against Santa Ana on the 1st of March. Jasso overthrows a bit, trying to come with the fastball, and the count now even at 2-2. All zeros on the board so far. Glendale no runs on 3 hits through 3 2/3. That one, I don't know where that one missed, as that one's been a strike for most of the first 3.5 innings. The count will move to full here to Pena. Jasso certainly wanted it, as you saw him kind of walk all the way down towards the plate. Instead, we'll go 3-2 delivery to Pena, fouled away, back off to the right, and we'll do it again. This ball lifted in the air towards deep left center field. Lee going back. Instead, it'll be Hunter Sang who calls him off and makes the catch. As the ball hung up there, usually here at Mike Gillespie Field, that's a ball that might leave. Maybe the swirling wind knocked it down a little bit, as just under it was Pena. So Josso gives up 2 loud fly balls, but retires the side in order. We go to the home half of the 4th inning. Score still 0-0.
College of the Canyons is always ready when it comes to your athletic future. With 17 intercollegiate sports programs to cheer for, opportunities for student athletes to learn, train, and compete, and a championship mindset that has produced state and national titles, College of the Canyons and the Cougars athletics programs offer a great college experience. Take control of your athletic future at College of the Canyons. Visit canyons.edu/schedule and cocathletics.com now.
Bottom half of the 4th, Mariano Jaquez and Sherrill do up. Facing Cacias here. Canyons had something going against him in the 3rd with a Reed Farrell single and an Isaiah Dominguez fielder's choice where he reached on an error. Runners on the corners at one point, but now trying to get back to work here. Mariano struck out in his first at bat, as did the first 7 batters of the ball game. So 2 balls and 1 strike to count here to Jose Mariano. That one down in the dirt. So 3-1 count here to Mariano. Swings and hits this one on the ground towards second base on a 3-1 pitch that Lozano scoops up. Kind of off the end of the bat for Mariano. One away, Evan Jaquez, who struck out in his first at bat, will come to the plate. Jaquez, he set out a 4-game hitting streak, trying to stretch that here. He's had 4 extra base hits in the last 4 games. Hits in 13 of 15 starts this season. Trying to make it 14 of 16 as he faces Cacias here in the 4th for the 2nd time. And it's way ahead here. Maybe this is kind of the book on Cacias. When you look at the numbers, you look at kind of the stats. We've never seen him, so we're kind of just reading stats, trying to fill in the blanks. But it seems as the deeper he goes, maybe the less effective he gets. This one chopped foul up the third base line. 2 ball, 2 strike count here. Hawkes just fights that one off. Little jab swing that time. Like Tony Gwynn just fighting things off on that pitch. Takes that pitch up and away. Three balls and two strikes. One away here in the fourth. Hawkes trying to find a base runner here for Canyons in the fourth inning. Cacias delivers a 3-2. Hawkes a one-hopper past Pena. That's a base hit for Hawkes. He'll try for second base. Make it 5 games in a row for Evan Hawkes with an extra base hit. And make it 5 games in a row with a base hit for Evan Hawkes as he's aboard with a one-out double. If you ask Pena, he'll say he should have made the play, but ball hit so hard, a one-hopper right at his feet, that Hawkes has a double. And Canyons in business here in the fourth with a runner on for Andrew Sherrill. Struck out in his first at bat. Good battle from Hawkes that time to fight his way through that. That little jab swing he had to fight one off kept him alive, and then he was able to drive that ball down the left field line. Sherrill takes the first pitch up. One-0 delivery to Andrew Sherrill. Swung on and chopped towards third. That's a fair ball. It gets off the glove of Pena. Hawkes trying for third. He is out at third base. Chris Cota not happy with it. Immediately shook his head. And still arguing with the field umpire. So call it an error on Pena. Hawkes cut down 5-6. And so now Malagon will come to the plate here. And now they'll come out to talk to Cacias here. As Chad Novick, the pitching coach, marches his way out. So unfortunate that time for Canyons. Hawkes trying to take third. Looked like he got around the tag, but same time, the aggression. Trying to find something to score a run. So now Malagon will come back to the plate here. Frankie still riding a 12-game hitting streak. Struck out in his first at bat. Sherrill away from first base. Cacias settling himself back in. Sherrill with a big lead over at first base. Not going anywhere. Sherrill not one to do a lot of running, as really the Canyons lineup does not do a lot of running. As we said just now, 10 stolen bases on the year. After Farrell stole third base an inning ago, Malagon takes a strike. Malagon, one of the few guys in the lineup, sans batting gloves. Pants up high around the knees, showing off the socks. Not many of them in the lineup on either side really anymore. It just does not happen. That one misses down. Frankie, a little bit of a throwback in that regard. Waiting on a 1-2, called strike 3. Malagon down on strikes for the second time today. Cacias gets out of trouble after giving up a one-out double. Gets bailed out at third after the error from Pena, and then strikes out Malagon to finish out the inning. 4 in the books. We go to the 5th. Canyons and Glendale. Go to the fifth here from Mike Gillespie Field. Ethan Munoz, Andrew Garcia, Alex Dolan, scheduled hitters. Neither team able to find a run so far. Canyons no runs on 3 hits. Glendale the same. As Matt Kakayas and Joseph Jasso have held down their opposition. Scattering 3 hits through the ball game on each side. Munoz, who grounded into an inning-ending 5-4-3 double play in the second, comes to the plate. Munoz's last couple of big performances was 2 for 2 day against L.A. Pierce with a double and an RBI. 2 for 5 against Santa Ana with a run scored as well. Takes a pitch inside, 1-1. 0 for 4 so far against Canyons. Double play he grounded into in the second was his second GDP of the season. Lifts this one in the air towards right field. Friend drifting back will have a play on it, makes the catch, 1 away. So 1 down for Andrew Garcia. Chopped to third in his first at bat. Garcia, the shortstop, getting, like we said, just what has amounted to a rare start this season, just his 6th appearance of the year. Only 11 at-bats over the first, or I wrote 18 games, but I don't think that's correct. I was going to say only 11 at-bats over the first 16 games, but it's been in the lineup the last few. Takes a pitch inside. Jasso way behind here. 3 balls, no strikes. 1 away here in the 5th inning. And it's a 4-pitch walk to Garcia. One away in the 5th, with a runner on now for Alex Dolan. Singled in the 3rd. Garcia 2 for 2 on the bases this year when pressed into a run. Dolan takes a called strike. It's a Glendale team that, as we said, does a lot of running. 37 stolen bases now on the year for the Vaqueros. With that David Lozano stolen base in the 1st. And it's not as though they do it off huge leads, or at least that's the way it seems here. Watching just a couple of steps for Pena off the bag. Maybe knowing Jasso has a good move. Dolan shows bunt, pulls it back before the pitch. Takes the ball up and away, 1-1. Another good, quick move. Garcia just a half step ahead back into the bag. Quick one so far. Neither team has been able to get anything going offensively against these 2 pitchers today. Ball 2 strikes the count here to Alex Dolan. Garcia away from first. Dolan swings and laces this one out into right center field for a base hit. Friend cuts it off. He'll split the runners as he throws to second base. So it's an Alex Dolan base hit to put runners on the corners here against Jasso with a 1 away. Good defensive play despite the base hit from Friend to make sure that Dolan can't try and advance. Keeps the double play in order for the moment with Ruiz at the plate, who struck out twice. It's Jasso in his first real bit of trouble today. Dolan moving on the first pitch. Ruiz fouls it away. Dolan had second base taken. Instead, he'll have to go all the way back to first, and we'll see if he tries it again. Oscar Cole putting on a little run and hit that time with Ruiz trying to put it on the ground. Now Ruiz showing bunt. Now you force Canyons to potentially play a bunt defense. Instead, he'll just get back into a batter's stance. Dolan stays put. This one hit on the ground. Hawkes to second for one. Not going to get it to first in time, as Hawkes had trouble getting it out of his glove. I think it got on him a little bit extra as the umpire kind of got in the way a touch, I think, for Hawkes. And he had to kind of dive and scoop. So it's an RBI ground ball for Daniel Ruiz. And Glendale has a 1-0 lead. So 2 away for Lozano here, with a runner at first. I think, again, like we said, Hawkes, I think if he had to do it over again, if he saw the ball a little bit better, would have scooped it and been able to flip. Instead, he kind of had to dive. Runner in motion here. Malagon's throw down to second base, not going to be in time. Second stolen base of the ball game for Glendale. For Daniel Ruiz, it's his 8th of the season in 9 attempts. And now a runner in scoring position for the Vaqueros, with already a run across here in the 5th. Lozano at the plate. 2 for 2 today with a couple of sharply hit singles. This one hit on the ground. Dominguez knocked it down. Couldn't keep it on the infield. Call it a hit again for Lozano. As a tough sliding play for Dominguez. And so now Glendale with runners on the corners here for the cleanup hitter in Matt Price, who's 0 for 1 today with a strikeout. Glendale put up crooked numbers in a few innings against Canyons on Tuesday. Trying to do the same here again today. When you look for Glendale in that ball game, had 4 in the first, had 9 in the 7th against Canyons. Love to put up another crooked number here and extend their lead, leading 1-0. Runner in motion. Malagon not going to get a throw off. So Lozano has his second stolen base. Now 2 on for Glendale. Two on with 2 away for Price, both in scoring position here. Jasso's pitch in for a strike. 5 hits given up so far by Jasso. Nearly got out of it without any trouble here in the 5th, if not for just a tough double play ball with Ruiz, who does run very well. Chugging down the line. This one chopped towards Sherrill. Collects, but it's a foul ball. So we'll do it again, bring everybody back to their spots. Heck of a defensive play from Andrew Sherrill that time. That had been a fair ball. So we'll do it again here on a 2-strike pitch to Max Price, excuse me. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. That one misses down. Evens the count at 2-2. action in either bullpen. So far it's both the starters' gains. Josso ready for a 2-2 delivery to Price. Just misses inside. So now in danger of walking Price and loading the bases up. Three-two lifted in the air towards straightaway center field, drifting out towards left field now. It'll be a Sang who will make the catch. The ball kind of chugs that way. That'll end the inning. So Josso gives up one as Glendale gets a couple of hits. An RBI ground ball from Daniel Ruiz. And they have a 1-0 lead as we go to the home half of the fifth. Here from Mike Gillespie Field. The College of the Canyons Athletic Department is proud to announce the Hall of Fame class for 2025. This year's inductees include legendary women's basketball coach Greg Herrick, two-time softball All-American Ruby Herrera, 2010 state track and field champion Corey Honeycutt, two-time conference men's basketball player of the year Carlton Spencer, and the 2010 state runner-up men's soccer team. Be there for all the excitement Wednesday, March 19th at 4:30 p.m. at the Santa Clarita Performing Arts Center. For more information, please visit cocathletics.com or call 661-362-3742. Go Cougs! Bottom half of the fifth, Lee, Farrell, and Dominguez scheduled up for College of the Canyons. As Kukayas working into the fifth. We'll take the rubber. Lee 0 for 1 today. Kukayas has faced just 4 over the minimum so far today. Already had 9 strikeouts in the ball game. He has, to this point, rolled and now has a 1-0 lead. Lee can't check his swing. Really, only Farrell and Jaquez have touched the ball in any significant manner today. Farrell's base hit back in the 3rd inning, back up the box. Then Jaquez's one-hopper past Pena at 3rd. Good take by Jun Lee. Hits the count to full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Nobody out. Top half or bottom half of the 5th. And Jun Lee will work a walk here to lead things off. So now you bring Reed Farrell to the plate, who singled back in the 3rd inning. We'll see if Canyons decides to try and go with some small ball here to move Jun Lee up. Farrell showing bunt. Jun Lee diving back on a lazy move, we'll say, from Kukayas. Not his best move. But just a lazy little throw over to first base. Defense is set once again, waiting for Farrell, who bunts up the first base line. Well done by Reed Farrell as he gives himself up. 3rd sacrifice hit of the season for Reed Farrell. Does his job and does it well. that time, as now Junjun Lee moves up to second base. The tying run at second base for Isaiah Dominguez, who grounded to short but reached on the error by Andrew Garcia back in that third inning. That was Canyon's best shot to score a run so far. Now with a runner at second base in scoring position with just one away, they go back to work again with the top of the order getting ready to come back around. 1 ball, no strike count here to Isaiah Dominguez. Dominguez fights this one off the hands, out to the right. For Dominguez, it's kind of just been piecemealing hits together. Had 2 hits and 7 at-bats against Cypress last week over 2 games. This one fouled off to the right, will get out of play. Just one multi-hit game on the season. That was against Santa Ana on the 22nd of February. Went 2 for 5 in that ball game. Behind the count 1-2 here. Kukaias back up on the rubber, comes back to work. That one gets away back to the screen. And Junjun Lee going to move up to third. A wild pitch on Kukaias. His 4th now of the year. So now Canyons with a run 90 feet away. And less than 2 away. So a deep fly ball would get the job done, get us tied. A base hit would do the same thing. Pena playing on the cutout. Same for Viramontes with Dominguez at the plate. Little number that's going to get by Dominguez for Viramontes for a base hit for Dominguez. And Canyons has tied the game at 1. Isaiah Dominguez, a little soft line drive off the hands that gets by the first baseman Viramontes, who was playing on the cutout. Maybe if he'd been playing back, he makes the play and maybe saves the run. As that ball hung up in the air, nonetheless, it's a base hit for Isaiah Dominguez. He drives in just his 4th run of the season. And now the top of the order comes to work with a runner at first base and a tie ball game at 1-1. Alex Friend 0 for 2, a couple of strikeouts. Takes the first pitch down and away. So after Glendale gets 1 in the 5th, Canyons finds 1 here in the 5th after a walk to Junjun Lee. A well-executed sacrifice bunt from Reed Farrell. A wild pitch to move Junjun Lee to third. And then call it a seeing eye single for Isaiah Dominguez. A little dying quail, maybe, as you will. Friend swings and misses. As Crash Davis once said in Bull Durham, one more dying quail a week and you find yourself in Yankee Stadium. For Isaiah Dominguez, you'll just take tie in the ball game at this point. We're even at 1-1 here. Battle so far here between Canyons and Glendale. Friend swings and misses. For Glendale, they've swept the 2024 season series against Canyons. They've actually won the last 5. For College of the Canyons, looking for their first win since the 20th of April in 2023 in a wild game here at then Cougars Field, now Mike Gillespie Field. A 16-15, 11-inning ball game. This one chopped up the middle. No double play in order. Might be a base hit on the infield for Alex Friend, and it is. A slow chopper and Friend runs well. Nothing Lozano could really do. And Canyons now with 2 on for Hunter Asang and 1 away. So a little flare down the first base line to tie the ball game. A chopper on the infield for a base hit. And now Alex Kukol going to pop his head out of the dugout. They want to try and settle Matt Kukaias back down here. Scratch that, it's not Kukol. They're all wearing hoodies, I can't tell. It's Chad Novick that runs out there now. Once again, I saw Alex Kukol pop his head out of the dugout just a second ago. So we go back to work with the Sang here. With 2 on, he shows bunt. Can't connect. Big spot here for Hunter Sang. 5 hits in the last 2 games. 0 for 2 today with a ground out strikeout. Trying to come alive at the plate a little bit. Takes a called strike and it's 0-2. For Hunter, it was a struggle through the month of February. From February 8th to February 27th, he was 0 for 23. 8 strikeouts in that time. It's good to see him kind of coming out of it a little bit here. Takes that pitch. He's an important guy to the roster, in and out of the lineup at times, but he plays such a good center field, is so good at tracking down fly balls, and it really makes your outfield defense much more dynamic with him in center, Friend in right, and Junjun Lee in left. It's this one chopped towards third, scooped by Pena, to second for 1, on to first, a 5-4-3 inning-ending double play for Glendale. Canyons does get 1, though, on a base hit from Isaiah Dominguez that scored Junjun Lee. We go to the 6th inning in a 1-1 ball game here from Mike Gillespie Field. Viramontes, Price, and Pena, the scheduled hitters for Glendale in their half of the sixth inning. Canyons evening the ball game at 1. After Glendale got 1 in the 5th. The scoreboard's matching for the most part right now. Only difference is 2 Glendale errors in the ball game. Viramontes fouls it away, facing Jasso, who works into the 6th here. This ball lifted in the air. Right field, foul territory for Friend, a long run to make the play. Nice play from Alex Friend on a windy day. The ball moving around quite a bit. Viramontes retired on a fly ball for the first out here of the 6th inning. Jake Price 0 for 2 today. This ball hit in the air towards right field. Playable for Friend once again. It will make the catch. So a pair of flyouts is Price down to right field. 2 down. Two down here for Ethan Pena. Pena walked and flew out to center field. Josso trying to work a clean 6th. It's not yet, or he worked a clean inning in the 4th, excuse me, now that I actually read the scorebook in front of me. Kind of swirling back around again. A strike pitch on the way, misses up. 1 ball, 1 strike the count here to Ethan Pena. Pena against Santa Ana on the 1st, as we said, was 2 for 5. That was a multi-hit game for him in that one. Otherwise, it's kind of been up and down for Pena. He's had multi-hit games a few times, had 2 hits and 5 at-bats against Mount Sac. Was 2 for 4 against Chafee, and was 2 for 5 against L.A. Pierce, but other than that, has not had many multi-hit games this season. Has started 18 of 19 now on the year. And this is a Glendale team. The offense, when you look at the numbers this year, up and down, they've been so good offensively. Top 25 team in a number of categories. Top 15 in a number of spots as well. 138 runs scored, 183 hits, both are top 25. Pitching staff hasn't been bad either. It's just not amounted to a lot of wins. You look, they won they won their opening 2 games against East LA as this one fouled away off to the right. Then dropped 2 of 3 against Mount Sac. Split with Chafee, and quite literally split a 3-game set with Chafee as they won 1, lost 1, and tied 1. Swept L.A. Pierce, but lost back-to-back games to Cypress. Lost 2 of 3 to Santa Ana, called strike 3. Pena down on strikes. Josso with another strikeout. Give him 7 in the ball game. We go to the home half of the 6th inning. Score tied at 1-1. Home half of the 6th inning. It'll be Mariano Jaquez and Sherrill, the heart of the Canyons order, to face Cacaus here. A 1-1 ball game here in the 6th. That's been a pitching duel today. 5 hits aside. Scratch had 4 hits for Canyons. I don't know why the board says 5. Mariano takes a strike. 3 balls and 1 strike to count here to Jose Mariano. Looking for his first hit in this series. Swings and hits this one past the first baseman, as Veramontes couldn't collect it. A hard hit ball will score a base hit for Mariano. And actually the board scores it an error, so we'll give it an error as well. We were kind of looking down. Play Veramontes probably should have made. So Mariano reaches. Here's Evan Jaquez. Doubled in the 4th, then was cut down at third base. Jaquez showing bunt, perfectly placed up the first base line. And Veramontes will tag him. So a sacrifice bunt for Jaquez. Canyons continues to play small ball here. 1 away. Good job from Jaquez to do his job. And now Andrew Sherrill has a chance at the runner in scoring position. Reached on an error back in the 4th. Spot here for Sherrill to try and cash something in. Glendale led in the 5th with a run. Canyons got it back in the bottom half. Much tighter game today with Canyons throwing Jasso. And Glendale's Matt Kakaias, who's working into the 6th. Sherrill down on strikes. And now Frankie Malagon, who's 0 for 2 today. Couple of strikeouts for Malagon would try and be a good time for him to stretch his 12-game hitting streak to 13 with a runner out at scoring position in Jose Mariano. 2 away here in the 6th. Pitch in for a strike to Malagon. Frankie, the catcher today, has not been helped out by the strike zone at times, forcing him to expand his zone at the plate. Waits on a 1-1 here. Kakaias delivery. Malagon fouls it away. So we wait on a 1-2 here. That one misses away. Kakaias thought he had it, but it was just enough off the plate. And Munoz even says to the dugout, yeah, it's off. It's off. So we go 2-2 here with 2 away. 1-1 ball game in the 6th inning. Malagon takes again off the plate. Now the count is full. So now you get to a point here with Mariano. Malagon looks like he's going to swing. Jose can take off. Try and get an extra jump here. on a 3-2 pitch. Called strike 3. Ball gets away from Pena. Rough day for Malagon as he's down on strikes for the 3rd time today. So an error to get Mariano on and nothing else. 6 full in the books. 1-1 the score. Canyons Glendale.
Whether we're on the move or stuck in one place, it's with us, comforting, healing, and transforming lives. It's the power of you. With 4 world-class hospitals and over 170 clinics across Southern California, together, we're building a healthier community. We're your neighbors, your friends, your family. It begins with you. UCLA Health.
So Jasso back out to work the 7th here. He'll face Ethan Munoz, Andrew Garcia, and then Alex Dolan. In a 1-1 ball game, been a pitcher's duel, the only way to describe it. First pitch from Jasso in for a strike. Munoz 0 for 2 today. For Jasso. Fifth time this season he's been into the 7th inning. I'm 3-1 here to Munoz. This one lifted in the air, down the line, back of first base. Going to be a tough play for Mariano, and he's not going to be able to make the catch, trying to run back over his shoulder. Out behind the dugout, you're not going to be able to see it. We don't see it really even with our eyes sitting where we're sitting. There's a ton of foul territory. We talk about it almost every time if you've joined us here on the Cougar Sports Network for baseball. We talk about it a lot. How much territory there is in foul ground here at Mike Gillespie Field. It is a ton. Back of first base, back of third base. This ball chopped on the ground towards short. Dominguez will scoop it and fire. Munoz retired 6-3 for the first out here, the 7th inning. Yeah, just a ton of foul territory here. It's a straight shot from that wide shot behind the first base dugout. The fence is a straight line all the way down towards the outfield fence. On the third base side, there's even more room. So here's Andrew Garcia, scored the only run of the ball game for Glendale after he walked in the 5th, is 0 for 1. Canyons, the bullpens are in play here at Mike Gillespie Field on both sides. We talk about the third base side. The Canyons bullpen actually stretches out behind the dugout to where the batting cage is, you can kind of see in the bottom left corner of your screen, you kind of see somebody out there getting loose as well for Canyons. So this one hit on the ground towards Dominguez again. 2 hops, strong throw. Garcia retired on a ground out to short for the second out of the inning. So 2 gone for Alex Dolan, who's 2 for 3 today. A couple of singles and a strikeout. Canyons is a right-hander up in the bullpen. Can't tell who it is. There we go. It is Darren Davis. That's what I thought it might be. So Darren Davis getting loose. Be just his second appearance of the year if he's called upon. Also here in the 7th, gets a strike over to Dolan. Just 1 pitch away necessarily from getting him through 7 innings. So we send for Josso. It's the 5th time he's been into the 7th inning this season. Went 6 2/3 against LA Harbor. Gave up 2 hits, 4 runs, but one of them earned, was just not helped out by the defense in that ball game. Struck out 6 there. This one in for a strike to Dolan, evens the count at 2-2. You look today, 7 strikeouts in the ball game for him. That one gets away from Malagon, so the count is full. For Kukaias, it's been 11 today. He has had a heck of an outing through 6. So we go 3-2 pitch to Dolan here. Lifted in the air in foul territory, in play. Going to be a tough run for Andrew Sherrill, but he's not going to get there. As I think the wind kind of knocked it down, blew it back towards the Canyons dugout, and it just lands in front of Sherrill. So a tough run, a long run for him there. So Dolan on really a ball that would have been out of play at most places. Back to work. This one popped up again in play for Sherrill, who's going to make another run for it. And this time it gets into the Canyons dugout. Shadow starting to creep in towards home plate. Ball will go from bright sunshine on the mound into shadows and then back into the sun right before home plate. Makes it tough on hitters. Here at Mike Gillespie Field is the trees and the mountainside behind us make that effect happen. Third base splashed in sun and shade right now. Rest of the field except for deep left field out in bright sunshine. It's been a good sunny day today. It's windy and cold. That one gets through the backstop. I don't think I've ever seen that happen. There's just enough of a hole in the fence that Dolan got it to go through the hole where the crossbar sits on the poles and gets through the dugout. Luckily nobody hurt. We go again on a 3-2 and Dolan gets hit in the foot. So a 2-out base runner here for Josso. That's his 4th hit batter of the season. Brings Daniel Ruiz to the plate. Ruiz 0 for 2. Drove home a run in the 5th on a fielder's choice. It's the only run batted in the ball game so far for Glendale today. So now Josso has to work himself out of some trouble here in the 7th with a 2-out base runner. Dolan very speedy at first, will take off on the first pitch. Malagon's throw to second, not going to be in time. 4 more stolen bases against here today. Brings the total to 31 now against College of the Canyons. And it's not all on Frankie behind the dish. Josso has a very good move, but Canyons just a little slow to the plate at times with their pitching staff. 2 balls and no strikes to count here to Ruiz. (2-0) in for a strike in the upper part of the zone. So make it 2 balls and 1 strike to count here. As Ruiz waits, Josso's delivery, a breaking ball in the outside corner for a strike. Trying to strand Dolan out there at second base. Ruiz trying to bring him in. And a 1-1 ball game here from Mike Gillespie field in the 7th inning. 2-2 delivery fouled off to the right. Brings back that Dolan getting hit by a pitch. Those foul balls off to the third base side that were both kind of in play but not really playable for Sherrill. If one of those stays where he can get to it, that ends the inning, gets you out of the threat. Indians hoping Josso can work around that. That one misses just away. And so now a 3-2 delivery will come to Daniel Ruiz. Dolan bouncing around out there at second base. 2 away in the 7th inning. 1-1 ball game. Glendale 1 run on 5 hits. Canyons 1 run on 4 hits. Back-to-back walks essentially issued. Ruiz is walked. Glendale's made 3 errors in the ball game. Canyon's been clean so far. The defense hasn't caused any problems. And now Chris Cotto popping his head out of the dugout to go talk to Joseph Josso here. That's going to spend the end of the day for Joseph Josso here. He'll make it through 6 2/3, leaves with 2 runners on. A solid day for Josso. Struck out 7 in the ball game. Kept Canyons right there with Glendale here throughout, but it'll give way. It'll be Darren Davis to take over here in the 7th inning. I have it for you in just a sec.
It's not Darren. That says 18. That says 18, doesn't it? It's 18. It's Chad Stanfield. Okay. It's my kid. It's her son. I was like, it looks like Chad, but I saw 13. That jersey says 13 on it, though, doesn't it? I think it does. Yeah, okay. I'm not insane. I was so confused. You said he was 18. Yeah, those are shoes. That's Chad. That's fine. I'm glad there's other people up here can see it, because like I said, I thought the jersey said 13. Yeah, I think it does. Oh, okay.
All right, so the pitching changes this, actually. It's Chad Stanfield going to come into pitch, but he is wearing, I believe, 13 in the yellow, which threw us off. Stanfield wearing 18 on the regular season. His last appearance was the 27th against Cypress. Went 2 innings, gave up 2 hits and a run. Struck out 1 in that ball game. He'll try and come in and get the hold here. for College of the Canyons is Jasso leaves with 2 runners on. For Jasso, he goes 6 2/3. Gave up 5 hits. Walked 3, hit a batter. And struck out 7 in the ball game. So now Stanchfield.
That jersey, it is 18. It is.
I saw 13.
I saw 13 over there. I saw 13 out there. So I'm not the only crazy person.
That's why I told her, no, it's 13. She's like, okay.
Okay, I'm good. I'm good. As long as I'm not the only one that's losing my mind, seeing numbers that don't exist, I'm happy.
So we go to work here. So actually, Chad turned around and he is wearing 18. Something with the sunlight playing tricks. Everybody up here near me is all said it looked like 13. Doesn't matter. It's Chad Stanchfield. He's pitching here. First pitch misses out and away as he faces Lozano, who's 3 for 3 with 3 singles today. Stanchfield throws this one into center field. Tried to pick off out to second base. And so now Glendale puts 2 runners in position. That's an error on Stanchfield. Now it's just a matter of focus on Lozano here. First error of the ball game on Canyons. Their 43rd of the season as a group. Stanchfield bounces that one in the dirt. It's 2 wild pitches on the year as we look. Two balls and no strikes. 2 away. Stanchfield's pitch misses down. Not the worst thing to walk Lozano, who Canyons has not been able to get out today. But it does put the bases loaded for the cleanup hitter in Price, who has the ability to do damage. Lozano has broken out of that 0 for 8 slump with 3 hits here today. Stanchfield down in the dirt. 4-pitch walk. So at this point, the error means nothing. And instead, we'll bring Max Price to the plate, who's 0 for 2. Struck out, flew out, and walked. So big spot here for Price. As we said, is shown power flashes this season. That one misses up. Price with 3 home runs in the first half a month of the season. Hasn't had one since. Has 3 runners out there to play with. This one gets through Malagon, but does not get off the turf that's behind home plate. And now Ryan Paramo going to pop his head out of the dugout and go run out to talk to Chad Stanchfield here and try and get him to settle down. He's been nowhere near the zone so far. It's a huge spot in the ball game here in the 7th with the bases loaded. 2 of the runners out there at 2nd and 3rd are responsibility of Jasso, who before this was, he said, 6 2/3 strong, 5 hits, 1 run. That 1 run was earned. Walked 3 with a hit batter to add to it. 7 strikeouts, and hoping that Stanchfield can find a pitch or 2 that can get himself out of this jam. For Glendale, I don't think we're going to see Cougars in the 7th. It looks like some action in the bullpen going on. Might be the end of his day. Especially with how long this inning has turned in and temp down near 55 or 50 degrees. Definitely into the 50s at this point. Been cold today. That time Dominguez had, I think they would have had Ruiz out at second. And a 4-pitch walk once again. And Glendale gets a run without doing anything in the inning but letting Canyon's pitching hurt themselves. Jasso hit a batter, walked to Ruiz. Lozano walked, Price walked against Stanchfield here. Now the Vaqueros have a 2-1 lead now as Dolan came in to score. Here's Jordan Viramontes. Stanchfield has yet to find the strike zone. And I think Chris Cota is going to come out and say, we just don't have it today. Pitched well in the game against Golden West, went an inning, gave up 2 hits, no runs, struck out 2, but just has not had the right stuff today. And that will force a change here for College of the Canyons. It'll be a 2-0 count here to Jordan Viramontes. I'll have the change in just a second.
It's like I'm bad luck because he's been doing great without me here, so maybe I just need to not. Maybe I just need to not calm down. You want to know what I forgot today? The chicken. Chicken's not here. Yes, I have like the chicken from Kauai. Comes every game. Chicken comes every game.
So Derek Hughes will come in to take over here. Stanchfield faces 2 walks, 2, gets into the third, and goes 2 balls, no strikes against Viramontes, and Chris Cota decides to have Hughes try and come in and finish out the at-bat. Hughes' last appearance was on the 27th against Cypress. Went 3 innings, gave up 3 hits, struck out 3, but didn't allow a run. He's pitched a little better as of late. Against Glendale, he went 2 innings, gave up a hit, struck out 1 without giving up a run. 22nd against Santa Ana, went an inning without giving up a hit or a run. Had a time, 3-game stretch where he picked up 3 losses, all out of the bullpen. Went less than an inning in 2 of those games. Went 2/3 of an inning against Allen Hancock, gave up 6 runs on 5 hits. Went an inning against Chafee and got credited with the loss as it was just late in the ball game. Gave up a run on 1 hit. And then went 2/3 of an inning against Santa Ana, gave up 2 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned, and struck out 1, got the loss in that one as well. Now there's a delay, I think. Trying to get pitch comm here on Hughes. Oh, it was the necklace, I think, had to come off.
Go, Derek, right now, bud. Go, Derek.
So now Hughes will pitch in a 2 balls, no strike count here to Viramontes. Base is still loaded. Glendale with 1 across in the inning. Pitch to Viramontes. They throw behind. Price at first, and he dives back safely. See the field still bathed in sunshine a bit here. Hughes gets back into the count, 2-1 now. This ball hit in the air towards center field is Sang diving and comes up with it to rob Viramontes of a base hit. And Canyons gets out of the jam, giving up just one as a Sang with a great diving play out in center field. We go to the home half of the 7th, stretch time here. 2-1 in favor of Glendale. So for Glendale, they'll make a pitching change going into their defensive half of the 7th inning. Chris Banuelos will come into pitch here. So Cougars goes 6, strikes out 11, gives up a run on 4 hits. Banuelos, who's 1-2 in 5 appearances. With an ERA of 9.68 on the season, will come in to face Junjun Lee, Reed Farrell, and Isaiah Dominguez. Banuelos, 17 2/3, has given up 19 runs. All of them earned. 22 hits with 12 walks and 18 strikeouts. Lee 0 for 1, walked and scored. It's the only Canyons run so far here today, scored in the 6th inning. Lee trying to stretch a 6-game hit streak. 2 balls and 1 strike to count. Fouls this one away. There's the count of 2-2. Said you can close the book on Cougars. 6 innings, 4 hits, 1 run. Only walked 1, and that 1 walk came back to bite him as Lee with a base hit out to center field. Stretched the hitting streak to 7 for Junjun Lee. JJ with a base hit. And now Reed Farrell, who's 1 for 1, had a sacrifice bunt after Lee walked in the 5th. Helped Canyons get a run around. See if Chris Cota opts for the same here. from Reed Farrell. Showing bunt, bunts it up the first base line. It's going to drift foul. Farrell already with one sacrifice bunt in the ball game today. See if they opt to have him do it again. Viramontes holding Leon at first. Farrell squares late. They throw behind Lee, but Viramontes was starting to charge. So not dangerous that time. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. 2-1 Glendale. Vaqueros 2 runs on 5 hits. They got to run without a hit in that 7th inning. Farrell does this job nicely out in front of the plate. This one's going to be tough, and Farrell's going to reach on an errant throw by the catcher Munoz. Ball that probably should have been picked out by Viramontes. 4th error in the ball game on Glendale. And Canyons now with 2 on. Nobody out, and Isaiah Dominguez coming to the plate. So now the Cougars with a chance to go to work. Dominguez, who had the RBI base hit, takes this pitch away. Dominguez was up there with 1 away and a runner at second base. And actually a runner at third base as Lee moved ahead on a wild pitch. Viramontes was playing in about the same spot he is right now when you look, maybe a little bit further back. Dominguez slashing here on the play. Instead, the pitch is up. 2 balls and no strikes. But Viramontes, right about where he's standing right now, was where he was standing, and Dominguez with a little flare that just went by him, landed inside the first base line. That did the job to drive the run home. Now trying to do the job and move runners ahead. 3 balls and no strikes here to Dominguez. Banuelos, after giving up the single to Lee, an error by Munoz on the throw to first base on the sacrifice attempt from Reed Farrell. Now behind 3-0 to Dominguez, who takes a strike. Biggest thing here for Canyons, if Dominguez does swing away, you got to stay out of a double play ball. Dominguez is going to show bunt. That one hits him in the hand. They'll say it's a foul ball as it hit the hand of Dominguez on the left hand. So he'll put the batting glove back on, come back to the plate. First asked from Chris Cotto was it a hit by pitch or was it a foul ball? And they say it was a foul ball. So Banuelos' pitch that rides in on Dominguez makes it a 3-2 count here. Dominguez still showing bunt here with 3-2. Slashes and fouls it away off to the right. Again, same thing here from Dominguez. This one chopped towards short. Going to be a tough play for Garcia. Scoops to second for 1. Not going to get Dominguez. So you stay out of the double play, which is what you wanted originally anyway. You give up an out. It's a fielder's choice. That's a tough play from Garcia to Lozano for the first out. And you put runners on the corners here. As the top of the order comes back around for Canyons. Chris Cota brings his entire offense over to talk to him. Just about everybody who's coming up. Friend, Asang, Mariano all walking out there. Jaquez as well with Junjun Lee, Alex Friend, and Isaiah Dominguez to discuss what we want to do here. So here's Friend, singled in the 5th. 1 for 3 today. Big spot trying to tie the ball game here with a run 90 feet away to tie it up in Junjun Lee. Dominguez over at first. Dominguez has not attempted a stolen base yet this season. Banuelos in trouble. Friend bunting and bunts it foul. Canyon squeezing that time. More of a safety squeeze than anything else from Friend on that last one. That ball misses away. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Temp has dropped. It has gotten much colder here. Down in the 50s with the wind making it feel much cooler. Sun's starting to fall away. Friend takes a breaking ball down and away. 2 balls and 1 strike. Dominguez will have a stolen base. Friend will work a walk, so Canyons will have the bases loaded here with a 1 away, and Hunter Asang coming to the plate. First pitch to Asang, in for a strike. Two-strike count here to Asang. That pitch gets away back to the screen. We've got a tie ball game. As a wild pitch on Banuelos. After he walked Friend for Banuelos, his second wild pitch of the season. And we are now tied up. As Junjun Lee scores for the 2nd time today. And now in a 2-2 count, Hunter Sang waiting with 2 runners out there in scoring position. A pitch misses. So we go on a 3-2 pitch here. That one misses as Sang walks. And Banuelos causing himself some damage here. As Kukayas now is a no decision. Same for Jasso. And now Jose Mariano comes to the plate with the bases loaded, 1 away, 1 run across already to tie the ball game. And a pitching change for Glendale in just a second. So Kukayas leaves here for Glendale. Vaqueros are gonna, or not Kukayas, excuse me, Banuelos leaves here for Glendale. They opt for a fresh arm in there to try and work out of the trouble. It'll be Luis Fernandez. Fernandez in 6 appearances has pitched exactly 6 innings, given up just 2 hits with 3 walks and 6 strikeouts. Banuelos is on the hook right now, responsible for all 3 runners out there in a tie ball game. So the 7th inning spelling trouble for both relief pitchers on each side. And now Fernandez trying to clean things up here. He's going to face the very dangerous Jose Mariano. First here. Mariano reached on an error in the 6th. Hits here with the bases loaded against Fernandez. Swings at the first pitch, fouls it to the right. The run to the wrong side. We'll fix that here. Bases loaded, 1 away. Jaquez waiting in the on-deck circle. Who's got a hit today? Has an extra base hit. Pitch misses away. So Banuelos goes a 1/3 of an inning. Gives up 1 hit. So far a run. That one in for a strike. So a 1-2 count here to Mariano. He's got a battle with 2 strikes on his hands now. And just trying to get through the heart of the Canyons order. Mariano lifts this one in the air to right field. Dolan couldn't see it in the sun. Luckily for him, it's going to get out of play foul. And I don't think he would have tried to catch it anyway, as it would have easily scored Isaiah Dominguez with the depth of the fly ball. And the fact that Dolan would have had to try and catch it, spin, fire to the plate. So we'll stay 1-2 here. Fernandez misses up and away. These next two guys, next three really in the Canyons lineup are the guys you want up. In these spots, your big bats. And Mariano, Jaquez, and Sherrill. Tied at 2 right now after the walk to bring home Jun Lee. That one misses down. It was actually a wild pitch that brought home Jun Lee by Banuelos. Would have been brought home anyway as the Sang ended up walking. Mariano down on strikes as he waves at a breaking ball and a 3-2 pitch. So big pitch from Fernandez. And now Jaquez has got a double today. 1 for 2. Had a sacrifice bunt back in the 6th as well. This is Fernandez with the bases loaded. Takes the first pitch down and away on an off-speed pitch. As we said, Fernandez has been ultra effective for Glendale. In 6 innings, has given up just 2 hits. Short spurts as he goes to work trying to get the final 2 outs here, the 7th. That one misses up. Good hitters count here for Jaquez. Canyon should like to bust it open here. Getting into the late innings, Jaquez with a prime opportunity, bases loaded and 2 away. Takes a 2-0 pitch for a strike. That one in for strike 2. So we wait on a 2-2 here. Jaquez down on strikes. And Fernandez gets Glendale out of the jam, but not before Canyons can get it even back to 2. We go to the 8th inning in a 2-2 ball game here from Mike Gillespie Field. It'll be Price, Pena, and Munoz to face Hughes here for Canyons, and the 7th inning. Price 0 for 3. He's left the bases loaded in the 7th. Hughes lifts this one in the air towards right field. Friend drifting back. That's going to get over his head for a base hit for Price. And so a leadoff double for Glendale here in the 8th inning. And now Ethan Pena with the Vaqueros in business with a runner in scoring position. Basically to start here in the 8th. It's a tough play for Friend no matter what. A ball that drifted back over his head. Took kind of a long route to it. It would have been a tough play regardless with the wind blowing. Kind of moving the ball around to right field. It's thin air already here at Mike Gillespie Field. Surprised we haven't seen one leave today, but I think the swirling wind has made sure that has not happened. Hughes' pitch misses down. 2 balls and no strikes. Each team with runs in the 5th and the 7th. Nobody's been able to stretch anything out yet. Pitchers have been effective today for the most part. Good pitch that time from Hughes in there for a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike to count here to Ethan Pena, with Munoz and Garcia waiting in the wings. This ball gets away from Malagon. A wild pitch from Hughes. So now Glendale basically working with a runner in scoring position and nobody out to start the inning. After the second pitch of the inning was doubled by Price. And now a 3-1 count here to Pena. And a prime opportunity for the Vaqueros here to try and retake the lead after they did so in the 7th. And promptly gave it up in the 7th. Pena walks on 5 pitches. For Hughes, now 5 wild pitches on the season. Here comes Ethan Munoz. Grounded to short, grounded into a double play, and flew out to right field. See if Glendale opts to try and play small ball here and create something. So they do like to run an awful lot. Hughes' pitch misses away. Good pitch in for a strike. Remember, Glendale's won the last 5 meetings between these two teams. The last time Canyons won was a tight game, but a wild 16-15 11-inning ball game. Today is a much tighter score and a much lower score. This one hit right off the glove of Hughes, back up the middle for a base hit. And Glendale has retaken the lead on a base hit from Ethan Munoz. His first hit of the ball game today. And the Vaqueros have a 3-2 advantage. So Price scores, doubled to start the inning off. Moved to third on a wild pitch, scores on the base hit. And Andrew Garcia, 0 for 2, comes to the plate. So first and second here for Glendale. Garcia showing bunt. Mariano coming all the way in. Garcia then slashes. The ball gets between the legs of Malagon, but not much further. Yano standing well in on the grass. You can make him out here in the shadows. Not much we can do about the shadows. We apologize. It's tough on us today with the camera. Garcia again slashing. This time swings and misses. Jaquez well in as well. Almost in the baseline between first and second. Malagon keeps that one in front. Keep it here on this medium shot for you and try and show the defense. So we sit in a 2-1 count here to Garcia. Pulls it back again. Double barrel action in the bullpen for Canyons, trying to get loose. Wesley Yim, it looks like, is one of the two, along with Anthony Estrada, the other. This ball bunted up the third base line. It's going to go foul. So it'll bring things back to a 3-2 count. Nobody out here in the eighth inning. Sorry. Glendale with a run across after a Jake Price double to lead things off. A walk to Pena, a single from Munoz, and a wild pitch mixed in there as well. Hughes' 3-2 misses down. So Hughes, you're getting one out needed in the seventh inning. Walks two, gives up a single and a double, and likely going to be the end of his day here. As Canyons will make a pitching change with the bases loaded and nobody out here in the eighth inning. So it's Wesley Yim here in to pitch. I'm sorry, we had some technical issues on my end. Gives up a 2-run double on the facing Dolan. And now has walked Ruiz. And he faces Lozano here. Still nobody out in the inning. So we go again with the bases loaded here for Glendale. Lozano today, 3 for 3 with a walk. This one hit on the ground towards Dominguez. He'll come to the plate. And an errant throw from Dominguez. Scores another run. The bases stay loaded. And Glendale now has a 6-2 lead. The Vaqueros getting a late crooked number on the board. So it's an RBI ground ball for Lozano. Max Price, who walked twice, flew out and struck out, comes to the plate. And much like in the first game this series, Glendale has found runs here late. This ball might stay in play for Malagon behind the plate. He's going to be able to come away with it, makes the catch. So Price pops out to the catcher for the first out here of the inning. And now Jordan Viramontes, who finished out the 7th, will come around as the 9th man to the plate here in the 8th inning. 4 runs across for Glendale. Price started things off with a double. Then Pena walked, Munoz singled, Garcia singled. Dolan then drives home 2 with a double. Then Ruiz walked Lozano with an RBI ground ball. We find ourselves in a 6-2 ball game. This one popped foul. It's going to get into the bullpen where nobody can get to it in time. So you spoil a Joseph Josso's 6-inning performance where he gives up 2 runs, strikeouts 7. Glendale got a equally dazzling performance from Cougars, who went 6 innings, gave up 4 hits and a run, struck out 11. And right now it'd be Fernandez in line for the win. Hughes is the pitcher of record for Canyons. Good pitch from Yim, strikes out Viramontes looking. So 2 down. And we move back to Price, who started this whole thing off with a double. At the very start of the inning over the right fielder, Alex Friend's head. This one fouled away. 2 down, bases still loaded for Glendale. Couple of extra base hits in the inning for the Vaqueros. Yim's delivery down in the dirt. Canyons would be out of it if Dominguez's throw is just a little bit more on the mark to Malagon. Two strikes here on Price. 1-2 pitch from Yim. Lifted down the line and left. This is going to be trouble for Jun-Jun Lee. That'll one hop off the wall and will bring home 2 more runs for Glendale. A 2 RBI double, second double of the inning for Jake Price. Vaqueros have busted it open to 8-2 here in the 8th inning. So the first 4 runs of the inning charged to Hughes. You can close the book on him officially as he goes a third of an inning. Gave up 2 hits, 4 runs, all of them earned. 2 walks and a strikeout, or no strikeouts, excuse me. And is currently the pitcher of record in the ball game. Yim not credited with a hold. And a 1-1 count here against Pena. This ball popped up on the infield by Pena. Jaquez calling for it. Dances around, makes the catch. Wind not playing him any favors. Glendale does the damage, though. They get 6. A crooked number in the 8th for the Vaqueros. They had 9 in the 7th yesterday, or on Tuesday. And now Canyon's chasing 6. Here as we go to the 8th inning for COC. So Glendale will make a pitching change here in the 8th. It'll be Liam Thatcher to take over for Fernandez, who right now be in line for the win. Shut the door on Benuelos, who gave up a run in a third of an inning. Fernandez went 2/3 and did his usual thing, was effective, struck out 2. Struck out two very tough hitters in Mariano and Jaquez to end a bases-loaded threat. Canyons in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Starts with Andrew Sherrill, who pops the first pitch up. Playable on the infield for Veramontes, who will make the catch. One pitch, one out here for Thatcher. Thatcher this season in 10 innings has given up 12 hits, 8 runs, all of them earned with 5 walks and 8 strikeouts. An ERA of 7.20 over 6 appearances. Does have 1 save in his last game against Santa Ana. It's pretty solid. Or was, I'd say pretty solid. He was all right. He went an inning, gave up 2 hits, 3 runs. It was the the game before that against Santa Ana where he gave up 1 hit over an inning, struck out 1. That was on the 25th. It's looking at the wrong time, wrong date. He faces Frankie Malagon, still trying to keep a hitting streak alive here of 12 games for Frankie. And for Canyons, it's more important just to get on base at this point and try and get something going, as you have now run yourself out of time, trailing by 6. Here it's 8-2 in the 8th inning with 1 away. Malagon chops this one towards third. It'll go foul. So Malagon will come back. Two balls, 1 strike to count here to Frankie Malagon. Struck out 3 times today. Struggled against Kikaias. This ball hit out into center field, and that's a base hit. So Malagon stretches his hitting streak now to 13 straight. Gets something going for Canyons here in the 8th inning with a base hit. Jun Lee, singled, walked, has scored both of Canyon's runs today. 1 for 2. Trying to keep things going here for Canyons, as you've got to now come up with a bunch here late after the 6-run outburst from Glendale. That pitch misses away. 2 balls, 1 strike to count here to Jun Lee. JJ on a little hitting streak of his own. 7 straight games where he has hit safely, being games he has played in, as he did not play last week against Cypress. Way ahead here, 3-1. Takes the 3-1 on the outer half for a strike. 3-2 count with 1 away and Malagon at first base. Lee back to the screen on a foul ball. Don't forget next week, College of the Canyon, or 2 weeks, excuse me. A little less than a week now, or 2 weeks now. The College of the Canyons Athletics Hall of Fame on the 19th. 4:30 blue carpet, 6:30 induction ceremony. This ball chopped on the ground towards short. Garcia to second for 1. Lee running fast enough to stay out of the double play. So Malagon cut down at second. Lee reaching out a fielder's choice. 2 down. Talking about the Hall of Fame coming up on the 19th. Of course, Chris Cota, a Hall of Famer himself with the 1986 state champion baseball team. Last time Canyons won a state title. Here's Reed Farrell It's 1 for 2 today. Singled, reached on an error. Had a sacrifice bunt as well. This year's class, pretty good one as well. 2010 men's soccer team that made the state championship game, which was actually played here at College of the Canyons at Cougar Stadium back in 2010. Ruby Herrera, a 2-time softball All-American. Corey Honeyk had a 2-time track and field state champion. Carlton Spencer, a 2-time men's basketball player of the year. And then the headliner is the longtime women's basketball coach, Greg Herrick. 611 career wins for Coach Herrick. He will go into the Hall of Fame. March 19th, Farrell swings and misses. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. So tickets are on sale. You can go to cocathletics.com to buy your tickets. And we hope you join us if you can. It's a really fun time last year. Got to see a lot of faces haven't seen in a long time come through. Had a nice little induction ceremony. Some heavy work in the next week for myself and our sports information director, Jesse Munoz, to get all the video tributes prepared. Shadows really making things dark here at Mike Gillespie Field. 2-2. Count here to Reed Farrell with Jun Jun Lee at first base. That one misses down. So Jun Jun Lee will get a head start here. Montes backs off. Runners will get to move here on a 3-2 pitch. Farrell waits, 3-2 misses away. So fielder's choice and a walk, and now Canyons with 2 on here for Isaiah Dominguez. First pitch swinging, fouls it away. Dominguez had the RBI single in the 5th. He's reached 3 times today. Reached on an error in the 3rd, singled in the 5th, grounded into a fielder's choice in the 7th. Trying to make it 4 straight times on base here in the ball game. That would load the bases back up for the top of the Canyons order if he can do so. Otherwise, it'll be 1-2-3 to start in the 9th for Canyons. Dominguez waits on a 1-1. That pitch misses, or that pitch called for a strike. Makes it 1-2. Dominguez waits on a 2-2 from Thatcher. Chops this one on the infield. Garcia collects, fires in plenty of time. Dominguez retired. Canyon strands 2. Go to the 9th inning. 8-2 in favor of Glendale.
The College of the Canyons Athletic Department is proud to announce the Hall of Fame class for 2025. This year's inductees include legendary women's basketball coach Greg Herrick, 2-time softball All-American Ruby Herrera, 2010 state track and field champion Corey Honeycutt, 2-time conference men's basketball player of the year Carlton Spencer, and the 2010 state runner-up men's soccer team. Be there for all the excitement Wednesday, March 19th at 4:30 p.m. at the Santa Clarita Performing Arts Center. For more information, please visit cocathletics.com or call 661-362-3742. Go Cougs!
Canyon's going to send Eddie Nava to the hill here in the 9th inning. Nava getting his first appearance since the 8th in CRC. Went in and didn't give up no hits, no runs, and struck out 1. So he'll pitch to Munoz, Garcia, and Dolan. For Munoz, got a single back in the last inning. Part of that big inning for Glendale. That one either hit Munoz or was fouled away by Munoz. They're going to say it's a hit by pitch. So Munoz on with a hit batter. Now Andrew Garcia comes to the plate. It's a pitching duel over the first 7. Since Glendale has busted it wide open. A 6-run lead here in the 9th inning. Two-strike count here to Andrew Garcia. Nava's off-speed pitch misses up. So Nava sits down Garcia. Strikes him out, 1 away. There's Alex Dolan, who had a 2 RBI double in the 8th inning. Dolan, a couple of singles, a double, hit by a pitch, scored twice. It's been all over the bases today. That went in for a strike. Ethan Munoz could have second base stolen. He had 3 secondary steps and decided not to go before Nava even got himself working towards the plate. 0-2 pitch to Dolan here, misses away. To delivery on the way, called strike 3. Nava with a couple of strikeouts here. Here's Ruiz. Couple of walks, couple of strikeouts, and a fielder's choice. Did score in the 8th. Hitless so far today is Ruiz. Garcia in motion that time. This one thrown down to second base, and that will cut down, Munoz at second. Good throw from Malagon that time. Munoz had a great jump, but a better throw from Malagon. Canyon's able to get out of the 9th without giving up anything. Despite a leadoff hit batter, we go the home half. Canyon's chasing 6. So the top of the Canyons order here in the 9th inning. Friend followed by Isang and Mariano, and it's going to be a tough ask here against Thatcher, who was bounced around a little bit in the 8th, but got himself out of trouble. The tough ask is because the sunshine now might be tough to see on our cameras, but sun is going down behind the hill, and it's maybe another 5 minutes away from that. But right now, the glass at Hasley Hall is causing a huge reflection right towards the hitters. Certainly right in our eyes here. And with a right-handed hitter, you're not protected from it at all. It's an unfortunate spot. I don't think we've ever had that happen here. Maybe we haven't been deep enough, or the sun just hasn't been in the right spot anyways. Here's Friend. Singled in the 5th. That's his only hit in the ball game. Struck out twice and walked in the 7th. Glendale today, 8 runs on 9 hits. They left 10 on base. His Friend will work a walk here to start things off. Canyons has got to get busy. They'd need a 6-run minimum comeback to try and force extras. Glendale still has some arms out there in the bullpen ready to go if Thatcher can't get it done here. Thatcher back up on the rubber. Friend staying put. First pitch to Isang on the outer half for a strike. Isang hitless today. Struck out, grounded into a double play, and walked. Fouled away off to the right. 0-2 here to Hunter Sang. Thatcher will look at Friend for a second, now delivers. Called strike, 3 is Sang down, looking. 1 away. Here's Jose Mariano. Struck out in the 7th with the bases loaded. Reached on an error in the 6th. No hits so far today. Swings and misses on a pitch on the outside. Good take that time to get the count to 1-1. Strike 2 to Mariano, so it makes it 1-2. It's something big here from Canyons. Friend stays at first base. Mariano waits on the 1-2. That one gets away from Munoz. A wild pitch, so Friend down to second base. First wild pitch of the season on Thatcher. Doesn't matter, he gets Mariano on strikes. And now 2 away here. Canyons down to their final out. Evan Jaquez coming to the plate. Jaquez doubled back in the 4th. That's his only hit in 3 at-bats. Had a sacrifice bunt in the 6th. Struck out the other 2 times. Takes a called strike. Glendale trying to make it 6 straight over Canyons. Get to 10, 8, and 1 on the season. That one gets away from Munoz. That's just a passed ball on Munoz. So now a run that at this point is academic is at third base with 2 away. Fortunately, you can't tie it with 1 swing of the bat. Got to string together a bunch here, so you need Jaquez to at least reach base. Breaking ball in for a strike. That's a really good curveball from Thatcher. So Canyons down to their final strike here. Friend 90 feet away at third. 1-2 to Jaquez. Misses away. Sun finally falling back behind the mountains enough to get that glare out of our eyeballs. Jaquez fouls it away. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 away here in the 9th. Glendale 6 runs in the 8th, the difference right now. Jaquez, 1 hopper through Pena again. Second time today, Jaquez has victimized Pena with a hot shot, and it scores a run. So Jaquez a 2-hit game. And now Andrew Sherrill comes to the plate. Sherrill looking for his first hit today. Takes a called strike. Jaquez brings one across. So it's a start for Canyons as you get 1, but you got to get 5 more with 2 away, all with a 2-out rally. Sherrill lifts this one in the air towards deep left field. Price just looking at it. Now he's going to camp underneath it and make the catch, and that'll end the game. I think initially the way Price went back, I think everybody in the ballpark thought that might leave. Instead, it hangs up enough. That'll end the ball game. Sherrill, a deep fly ball out to the wall. And Glendale takes it 8-3. They win their 6th in a row over College of the Canyons. They get to 10, 8-1 on the season. For Canyons, they fall to 4-12. For Glendale, 6 runs on 9 hits. They left 10 on base in the ball game. Defensively, they made 4 errors. For Canyons, 3 runs on 7 hits. 2 errors on the Cougars. And they left 11 on base themselves. The loss will go to Hughes. The win goes to Fernandez for Glendale. And that will finish it out for us here today on the Cougar Sports Network. We thank you for joining us. We hope to see you next time. We're scheduled to do softball next week, but I think we're going to push that one and get ready for the Hall of Fame. So it'll be a couple weeks till we see you again. We'll have baseball and softball after the Hall of Fame. We hope to see you at the Hall of Fame on the 19th of March here at the Santa Clarita Performing Arts Center. Have a good one, everybody.